Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the history of a true automotive icon, the Honda Civic. This isn't just some boring history lesson though. We're talking about the car that went from humble beginnings to become a legend with a cult following, a legend that's still going strong today. From its fuel-sipping origins in the 1970s to the tech-laden marvel that is the 2025 model, we'll uncover all the quirks, the innovations, and the sheer brilliance that made the Civic what it is today. We'll look at how it's changed, how it's stayed the same, and why it's earned a special place in the hearts of so many. So buckle up, grab your driving gloves, or don't, no judgment here, and get ready for a wild ride through the generations of the Honda Civic. Picture this, it's the 1970s. The oil crisis is in full swing, and people are desperate for cars that sip fuel like a tortoise sips water. Enter the Honda Civic, a tiny little thing that seemed to have been designed with a ruler and a compass. But don't let its diminutive size fool you, because this car was a game changer. It was affordable, it was reliable, and it squeezed more miles out of a gallon of gas than a camel could go without water. It was a hit. The Civic quickly became synonymous with practicality and efficiency, attributes that would become hallmarks of the brand. This first generation, with its simple design and peppy little engine, laid the groundwork for what would become one of the most beloved car lines in history. As the 70s gave way to the glorious synth-filled 80s, the Civic decided it was time for a glow-up. The second generation Civic was all about refinement. It was slightly larger, a tad more powerful, and, dare I say, a bit more stylish. Honda introduced a new CVCC engine, boosting both power and efficiency. They also gave the Civic a much-needed interior upgrade because nobody wants to cruise in a time capsule, right? The second-gen Civic proved that Honda was serious about making the Civic more than just basic transportation. They were aiming for a car that could be both practical and enjoyable to drive. Now, the third generation is where things start to get really interesting. This is the generation that gave us the iconic Civic hatchback, a design that would go on to inspire countless imitators. Remember those boxy hatchbacks your parents used to drive? Yeah, the Civic pretty much started that trend, but it wasn't just about looks. This generation also saw the introduction of Honda's legendary VTEC engine, a technological marvel that allowed for both high performance and impressive fuel economy. The Civic was no longer just a sensible choice, it was becoming a driver's car, one that could zip through corners and still get you to work on a tank of gas. Chapter 4. Generation 4, 1987 to 1991, refining the formula. By the time the fourth generation rolled around, the Civic was already a force to be reckoned with. Honda doubled down on refinement, making the car even more aerodynamic, more comfortable, and more fun to drive. This generation saw the introduction of features like four-wheel steering and a sophisticated double wishbone suspension, features that were practically unheard of in a car of this class. Honda was pushing the boundaries of what a compact car could be, and the automotive world was taking notice. The Civic was no longer the underdog, it was a serious contender in the market, winning awards and accolades left and right. Chapter 5. Generation 5, 1991 to 1995. The design revolution. The fifth generation Civic was a radical departure from its predecessors. Gone were the boxy lines and sharp angles, replaced by a sleek aerodynamic design that looked like it had been sculpted by the wind itself. This was the generation that cemented the Civic's status as a style icon. But it wasn't just about looks. This generation also saw the introduction of more powerful VTC engines, improved handling, and a more refined interior. Honda was proving that they could do it all: style, performance, and practicality, all wrapped up in one affordable package. Chapter 6, Generation 6, 1995 to 2000, safety first, fun always. The sixth generation Civic was all about refinement and safety. Honda made significant strides in improving the car's crashworthiness, introducing features like dual airbags and anti-lock brakes as standard. But they didn't forget about the fun factor. This generation saw the introduction of the iconic Civic Type R, a high-performance variant that quickly became a legend in the tuner world. The Civic was proving that it could be both responsible and ridiculously fun to drive. a combination that resonated with a whole new generation of drivers. Chapter 7. Generation 7, 2000 to 2005. As the new millennium dawned, the Civic continued to evolve. The seventh generation brought with it a more modern design, improved fuel economy, and a host of new technology features. Honda was quick to embrace the latest advancements in automotive technology, introducing features like navigation systems, electronic stability control, and even a hybrid model. They were determined to keep the Civic relevant and appealing to a new generation of tech-savvy drivers. This generation also saw the introduction of the sporty Civic Si hatchback, a car that perfectly blended practicality with performance. Chapter 8, Generation 8, 2005 to 2011. By the 8th generation, the Honda Civic had become a global phenomenon. It was being sold in over 160 countries and had earned a reputation for reliability, affordability, and fuel efficiency. This generation saw the Civic grow in size, offering more interior space and comfort. Honda also continued to refine its engine technology, introducing more powerful and efficient engines, including a new generation of its hybrid powertrain. The Civic was no longer just a compact car, it was a global icon. Chapter 9, Generation 9, 2011 to 2015. With the 9th generation, the Civic embraced a more aerodynamic and fuel-efficient design. Honda was focused on reducing the car's environmental impact without sacrificing performance or style. This generation saw the introduction of a new continuously variable transmission, or CVT, which helped to improve fuel economy without sacrificing performance. The Civic continued to receive accolades for its reliability, safety, and resale value, cementing its status as a smart and stylish choice for consumers. Chapter 10, Generation 10, 2015 to 2021. The 10th generation Civic was a technological tour de force. Honda threw everything it had at this generation, introducing a host of advanced safety features, a new turbocharged engine, and a sleek modern design. This generation saw the Civic win numerous awards, including North American Car of the Year. It was clear that Honda was determined to keep the Civic at the forefront of the compact car segment, and they succeeded in spectacular fashion. Chapter 11, Generation 11, 2021 to 2025. And so we arrive at the present day with the 11th generation Honda Civic. This generation builds upon the success of its predecessors, offering a refined design, a more spacious and technologically advanced interior, and a continued focus on fuel efficiency and safety. Honda has also introduced a new hatchback model, offering even more practicality and versatility. The Civic continues to be a leader in its class, setting the benchmark for what a compact car can be. Well, there you have it, folks. A trip down memory lane with one of the most iconic cars ever made. From its humble beginnings to its current status as a technological marvel, the Honda Civic has consistently delivered on its promise of practicality, affordability, and driving enjoyment. It's a car that has earned its place in automotive history, and it's exciting to see what the future holds for this legendary nameplate. Which generation is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to hear your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future automotive adventures.